What's going on there, YouTube, and welcome to Fresh Comic Stories. Guys, this is the channel where we basically sit down and cover different kinds of comic book stories. Now, guys, today we are going to jump back into the New 52, but guys, today we are going to pick up with Nightwing Volume 1. Now, the reason why we are going to cover this book right here, because guys, this book does fit perfectly into the whole Court of Owls storyline. And that's why I want to cover this volume right here. And so guys, I do hope you enjoy today's video. And if you do, please hit that like button down below, but also subscribe for more comic book videos in the near future. But guys, let's go ahead and dive into New 52 Nightwing Volume 1. Now guys, to begin today's storyline, we do pick up with Dick Grayson himself right now being Nightwing for the first time in a long time. Guys, remember, before this storyline right here, Dick Grayson was actually Batman when Batman was supposedly dead. Thing is though guys, with Bruce Wayne being back in the picture once again, of course you did have Dick Grayson kind of like, you know what, Bruce, since you are back now, you can be Batman once again and I'll go be Nightwing once again. But the thing is though guys, with Dick Grayson being Nightwing for the first time in Gotham, of course he does see that his old circus crew is back in town. Now guys, remember, before Bruce Wayne adopted Dick Grayson and his parents were part of a circus crew. But the thing is though guys, ever since Dick Grayson's parents died, Dick never went back to see his old crew at all. And so with them being back in Gotham for the first time, you have Dick kind of like, you know what, I have not seen them since my parents' funeral. Maybe I should stop by and see how everybody is doing right now. And so guys, you do have Dick Grayson do that the next day. He does stop by and he does run into some old friends of his. But the thing is though guys, the one person he does run into that matters the most is his old love interest, Rhea. Now guys, of course, with Rhea being a redhead like Barbara Gordon is, he's kind of like, oh my god, she's still beautiful. And thing is, I still have feelings for her. Now guys, this is DC kind of like, listen, these two might get back together. This could be his new girlfriend. And the thing is though guys, she does play a very important role in this storyline. But the thing is though guys, you do have Dick Grayson kind of hang out with the old crew just for a couple hours. But the thing is though, as soon as he leaves to go back home, out of nowhere, he does get attacked by a brand new character. Now guys, this new character name is Seiko. And the thing is though guys, Seiko only appears in this storyline right here because DC will basically kill him off at the very end. But the thing is though guys, you do have Seiko appear. Now, thing is though, Seiko does play a very important role in the Court of Owls storyline. And the thing is though, I will explain that down the road. But of course, you do have Dick Grayson kind of run away to put on his Nightwing outfit to fight against this brand new super villain named Seiko. Now the thing is though guys, you do have a few pages of Seiko fighting against Nightwing. But the thing is though, you do have Seiko tell Nightwing, listen, the real reason why I came into Gotham was to kill off Dick Grayson. Now for Nightwing, he's kind of like, wait a second, you're trying to kill my other half. Why in the world are you trying to do that for? Like, what did he do to you? And you have Seiko say, because Dick Grayson is a killer and the killer must die. And so for Nightwing, he's kind of like, I never killed anybody before. I'm not a killer, but this man believes my alter half is a killer and I have no idea why. Now the thing is though, Seiko realized that he is unable to defeat Nightwing. And so what he does put innocent people's lives in danger to get away from Nightwing. Now, The thing is though, we do jump over to Dick Grayson's apartment because Nightwing just got back from fighting against Seiko. But the thing is though, out of nowhere, somebody does knock on Dick Grayson's door. And when he goes to open the door, he is greeted by Rhea. Now guys, remember, Rhea is the old love interest of Dick Grayson before he was adopted by Bruce Wayne. But the thing is though, you do have Rhea tell Dick Grayson, listen, she needs to ask for a favor. She needs to go down to Atlantic City and she needs to get down there in a hurry. And so she's kind of like, listen, Dick, do you have a way to get down there in a very quick moment? And you have Dick kind of like, yes, I do. Matter of fact, Bruce Wayne does own a private jet. Let's take his jet and we both fly down to Atlantic City. Now the thing is though, while they're flying to Atlantic City, you do have Rhea tell Dick Grayson the real reason why she's going down to Atlantic City for. And she says, listen, Mr. Holly is dying. Now guys, Mr. Holly is the owner of the circus that Dick Grayson used to be part of. But the thing is though, you have Rhea say he is dying from cancer and his last wish was to see you before he dies. Now of course, we do jump over to that one-page setting where you have Dick Grayson sit down with Mr. Holly. But the thing is though guys, you have Mr. Holly tell Dick Grayson two things. He says, listen, I'm dying from cancer. And the thing is though, when I die, I have to pass off the circus to somebody else. Now, originally, I was going to give the circus to your parents, but of course, they are now dead. And so now I believe the right thing to do is to hand it off to you, Dick Grayson. But the thing is though, there's also something else I must tell you. There is a dark secret about the circus, and you have to find that dark secret. And of course, you do have Dick Grayson kind of take the deeds to the circus and get back on the private jet. Now the thing is though, Dick Grayson's mind is racing right now because he's kind of like, great, I'm now a owner of a circus, but also here's this girl I have feelings for, but also apparently there is some kind of dark secret I have no idea about. But the thing is though, of course, we do get a few pages of Rhea and Dick Grayson kind of getting their love on and everything. But of course, Dick Grayson gets a phone call out of nowhere. And on that phone call is Seiko. And he's kind of like, listen, I figured it out. You are Dick Grayson. You are Nightwing. You are both people. It makes sense because of course, when you disappeared, Nightwing appeared. It all comes together now. But the thing is though, you have Seiko say, listen, I have your old man as a hostage right now. And of course, he's talking about Mr. Holly. And so you have Dick turn the jet back around, put on his Nightwing outfit, and once again, we do have a fight between Seiko and Dick Grayson. The problem is though, Seiko had already stabbed Mr. Holly in the chest. And so of course, this man is dying even quicker than usual, even though he has cancer. But the thing is though, of course, Seiko does get away. But of course, when he does get away, now Dick Grayson has to hold his old friend in his arm while he dies. Now, the thing is though, when it comes to the third chapter of this storyline, we do pick up at the funeral of Mr. Holly. But the thing is though guys, while at the funeral, you do have Dick Grayson there, Rhea, and all the members of the circus. Now, after the funeral, you do have Rhea kind of sit down with Dick Grayson, and she's kind of like, listen, tell me everything you told the police. And you have Dick Grayson kind of like, listen, I told police that we turned the private jet around to have one more conversation with Mr. Holly. But the thing is though, when I got back to the location, I found the building on fire and I found him in his office, but he was stabbed. Now, I did pull him out of the burning building, but of course, by the time I got outside, he had already died. So the thing is though, you have Dick Grayson like, listen, I believe there could be a serial killer out there. Now, you do have Rhea tell Dick Grayson that he needs to go talk to Zane. Now, guys, Zane was another child who was part of the circus alongside with Dick Grayson and Rhea. But you have Rhea tell Dick Grayson, listen, after Bruce Wayne had adopted you, Zane's parents died, Zane went kind of crazy, left the circus, and got into some shady business. Matter of fact, anytime an assassin is out there looking for a contract, they go to him to get that contract. And so you have Dick Grayson change into his Nightwing outfit, go to Chicago to visit Zane. Now, the thing is though, of course, when he does get there to talk to Zane, he does ask Zane a few questions while they're fighting against one another. But the thing is though, you have Zane tell Nightwing, listen, I did not kill Mr. Hawley. I did not put a contract out there to kill him. He says, listen, I would not hire some assassin to go after the man who I hate the most. The thing is though, I would have done that myself. And it's kind of like, oh crap, this man did not hire Seiko at all. This man just told Dick Grayson, why in the world would I hire somebody to kill the man I hated the most when I want to do it with my own bare hands? Now, the thing is though, we do jump over to another location. But the thing is though, we do pick up in some random office with Brian Hawley. Now guys, Brian Hawley is the son of Mr. Hawley. But the thing is though, you have Brian right now kind of crying. He is upset with the fact that his father passed on the circus to Dick Grayson, not to him, his own son. And so right now you have Brian kind of crying because one, his dad is dead, but two, he's not the owner of the circus. But the thing is though, you do have Brian kind of like, please promise me that you'll be able to kill off Dick Grayson. And the thing is though, guys, Brian is talking to Seiko, who is also in the office. And he said, yes, I'll be able to kill off Dick Grayson. Now guys, when it comes to the 4th and 5th chapter of this storyline, these are two chapters where we are going to skip over most of the content in these two chapters. And the reason why, because in these two books, nothing really matters until the end of both chapters. And what I mean is that, guys, in the 4th chapter, Dick Grayson teams up with Batgirl. And honestly, it's just DC kind of like, hey, these two might get back together, but not really. Then in the 5th chapter, it was, hey, Dick Grayson is going to fight some kind of magical demon. And again, it doesn't matter. What does matter at the end of both chapters? Because guys, at the end of chapter 4, you do have Dick Grayson kind of walk around the circus to look for more clues about this dark secret. But the thing is though, guys, while he's walking around the circus, he does find some kind of hidden department. And when he goes to open up this hidden department, he finds some kind of small black book. And he's kind of like, what in the world is this black book? But the thing is though, when he opens up the black book, he does see a bunch of names. But at the very end of the book, the very last page, he sees his name written in the book. And he's kind of like, what does this mean? What in the world is this black book? Is this the dark secret? Now the thing is though, guys, with the 5th chapter though, we do pick up with Rhea. And the thing is though, guys, we do see Rhea talking to somebody in the shadows. The question is though, who? But the thing is though, we do quickly find out who she's talking to. And we come to find out that she is talking to Seiko, which means that Rhea is now working alongside with Seiko to kill off Dick Grayson. But the thing is though, guys, you do have her unmask Seiko to tell us who the man really is. And his name is Raymond. Now, if you're asking who in the world is Raymond? Well, guys, we do kind of get a few pages about Raymond. And we come to find out that Raymond is just like Dick Grayson, Zane, and Rhea. He was part of the circus when he was a child. He was an old friend of Dick Grayson. The thing is though, guys, with Dick Grayson's parents dying, Dick Grayson leaving, Dick Grayson did not keep up with his old friends. And the thing is though, guys, Raymond died after Dick Grayson left the circus. He died supposedly in a car accident, but somehow he's here right now talking to Rhea, but also being an assassin. And it's kind of like, wait a second. If Dick Grayson was told that his old friend died in a car accident, how in the world is this man right here, right now, alive? And how in the world did he become an assassin? And the thing is though, guys, we find out later on in this book on what happened to this man. How in the world did he escape his supposedly horrible car accident? Now guys, when it comes to chapter 6 of this storyline, you do have Dick Grayson and Rhea right now on a date. Now at this point right here though, guys, we do kind of find out that Dick Grayson had basically stuck around with the circus as they traveled across America. Now, the reason why he did that though, because he's trying to make sure that if Seiko does come back, he does not kill somebody else. But the thing is though, guys, while Dick Grayson and Rhea are right now on their date, you do have Rhea tell Dick Grayson some big news. She's kind of like, listen, me and some of the crew members have been talking. And the thing is though, we have planned a big event for you, because tomorrow is the anniversary of your parents' death, and also tomorrow we are going to be back in Gotham. And so you have Rhea tell Dick Grayson, we plan a big event as a way to honor your parents' death, because they were part of this family. Now, Dick Grayson, he has some problems with this. He's kind of like, we should not do this at all. And the reason why? Because there is a killer out there who just killed the old owner of this circus. And so you have Dick Grayson kind of like, maybe we should hold off until this killer is captured, because this killer could come back and try to kill somebody else once again. Maybe we should hold off. But the thing is though, guys, you have Rhea and the rest of the crew kind of like, dude, we're doing this for you, but for ourselves also, because we all loved your family, your parents. Now, the thing is though, guys, we do jump forward one day. But the thing is though, guys, you did have Dick Grayson put up sensors all around the circus as a way to make sure if Seiko does appear, one of his alarms will go off to warn Dick Grayson to go after Seiko. Now, the thing is though, guys, for the opening scene of this big event that taking place in Gotham at the circus, you do have Dick Grayson give some powerful speech. Because guys, remember, this whole event is about his parents, about him, about his whole family. Now the thing is though, guys, as soon as he finishes his powerful speech to the public, out of nowhere, one of his alarms does go off to tell him, oh crap, Seiko is here. It's time for you to change into your Nightwing outfit. Now, the thing is though, of course, he does run into some, abandoned closet and put on his Nightwing outfit to go after Seiko. Now, guys, to wrap up chapter 6, but to move on to the final chapter, you do have DC give us a few pages of Nightwing fighting against Seiko once again. But at this point right here, you do have Seiko take off his mask to reveal that he is Raymond, Dick Grayson's old best friend who has supposedly died. And you have Dick Grayson kind of like, but that's impossible. You died. Like, we all attend your funeral. We all saw your we all saw your coffin. We all thought you died. Like, what in the world is going on? How are you here right now? Now guys, with the final chapter of this storyline, this is the chapter where I can say we can take everything we learned about Dick Grayson in this storyline right here and throw it into the Court of Owls storyline. Because guys, you have Raymond tell Dick Grayson everything he knows about the circus, about Mr. Holly, but also about the Black Book from earlier. And you have Raymond say, listen, Dick, you were supposed to be the chosen one. Mr. Holly did not care for us kids. Matter of fact, he sold us away to a mysterious group of people. But the thing is though, when your parents died and you got adopted by Bruce Wayne, he changed his plans completely because you were the #1 kid on his list to give away to these group of people. But the thing is though, with you being adopted, he chose the second person on his list, and that was me. Because my parents were already dead, it made it easier for him to say, hey guys, listen, Raymond died in a horrible car accident, and that's why he is no longer around. And he really gave me away to these group of people. The problem is though, these people, after being tortured by them for months and months and months as a way of training me, they threw me away. They felt like I did not live up to their standards. They felt like I could not be one of them, and they threw me away. And that's why I'm here now, to get revenge against you and Mr. Holly. Because it's your fault, it's his fault that I had to miss out on so many years of my life being tortured by these people. Now, the thing is though, guys, you do have Dick Grayson fight against Raymond, aka Seiko, for a few more pages. But of course, guys, like I said at the very beginning of this storyline, Seiko dies a horrible death. Now, the thing is though, guys, after Nightwing watched his old friend once again die, you do come to find out that Rhea tells the police officer that she had a hand with all of this stuff going on. And so, of course, she does get arrested as well. And that does kind of kill the possibility of Dick Grayson getting back together with his old love interest. Now, to wrap up this storyline, guys, we do jump back over to the Batcave. And the thing is though, guys, remember, at the end of New 52 Batman Volume 1, Batman tells Dick Grayson the big secret. He's kind of like, listen, Dick, I was captured by the Court of Owls. But after they captured me, I come to find out that you were supposed to be a talent. But I saved you when I adopted you. And so, guys, with that same scene right there, it takes place in this book right here as well. And guys, at this point right here, you have Dick Grayson realize something. The group of people that Raymond was talking about was the Court of Owls. Dick Grayson, once again, was supposed to be taken in by the Court of Owls after his parents' death. But Bruce Wayne adopted him, and that changed their plans completely. And so they took in Raymond, aka Seiko, and they trained him for months and months. But at the very end, they felt like Raymond did not live up to their standards, and they just threw him away. Like, we don't care for you anymore, man. Go away. You're gone. And so with that right there, you have Dick Grayson realize that maybe, just maybe, that the family he once called family, the crew he once called family was not really his family if children were being sold off to the Court of Owls. And guys, this is where we are going to end today's storyline, with that ending right there. And so guys, please leave me a like down below, but also subscribe for more comic book videos in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But guys, I'm out of here, and I'll see you on the next comic book video. Later, guys.